Hello, everybody. Today is Tuesday. Hope you are here. Fine. Thank you very much for your time with us. And it's time for our reflection here. And today we're going to talk about separation. And this you can find on message 125 of the book Our Daily Bread. So, separation, message 125, book Our Daily Bread. Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit of cold here, but everything's fine. I will try to be quickly here and not let you listen my voice with my nose blocked. So, while our friends are joining us, let's do our initial prayer. And I'd like to ask everyone who is watching us, everyone who are here with us, those who will watch us in the future, elevate your thoughts towards Jesus and ask Him to send over us His blessings, taking away the bad energies, bad influences, and bad thoughts, giving us strength, giving us knowledge, courage to move forward. We do not ask to remove the barriers. We ask you, Master Jesus, to give us wisdom, knowledge to overcome it. So be it. Amen. Okay, so first things first, let's say we will start talking about separation. So before we open the book here, let's do a kind of a reflection about separation. What means separation? What come up to your mind when we talk about separation? For me, separation may have two ways to see it. One, separation in a good way. The other one, separation in a bad way. In a good way, it is okay, let's separate here what is good, what is bad. And separation in a bad way, you love someone and you need to separate from that person. This is bad for our let's say first thought about it, because we do have separations in which is very painful for us, but the lesson learned and how we're gonna use this lesson in the future, you will see, wow, I was bad at that time, but now I understand because I have to have that experience in order to face this challenge now, and now I'm succeed, I'm happy. So depends on the angle you look at it. There means different meanings, and this is what come up to my mind, like separation, a mom from a son, a couple when they got divorced. Sometimes it's good and bad thing, because good thing is They recognize they don't love each other. They are better being apart than stay together fighting and not being happy. I know a lot of people, they were married, and today, as a friends, they have a better relationship than they used to have when they were married. But at the same time, it is difficult for us to accept it, because if I love someone and this person wants to separate from me, do I understand it? Should should, but how are you going to understand this? How are you going to interpret this? How are you going to behave when you face this challenge? Because the theory is great. Oh, this is good to allow you to learn. This is good to overcome these obstacles. This is good for this. This is good for that. Oh, a lot of things. A lot of things. But the main point here is, what's the truth? What are you gonna have to learn? What the lessons you need to learn with this separation? So for example, I came to Ireland 14 years ago. So 14 years ago, I have to say goodbye to mainly my family, and I living away from them. And I can say there are good things, there are bad things, but I have to do it. Otherwise, I won't be here. So there are things, decisions you need to make. And the common thing is, when you have to make a decision, most of the times you are not sure if you're taking the right decision or not. But you need to try. And I admire those who try. They don't care. They just try. They just go. And I'm saying the lessons learned, it is these kind of people, they do have a trusting in themselves, a faith in themselves, and this giving us courage. So separation, at the first impression, it is something very difficult, but with an eye seeing your future in 10, 12, 14, 20, 50 years ahead, you will see the value of that separation. So let's read today. And we start with a gospel passage. But I tell you, the truth. It is for your own good that I go away. Jesus 16:7. So it is for your own good that I go away. Your own good. So it means, because of my happiness, because of my benefits, that person needs to go away. But at the same time, we don't see it. Let's see what Kardec wrote to us here. This statement by the Master resounds within our innermost fibers. No one knew how to love as much as he did. Yet he was the first to realize that it was fitting for him to live for the good of his companion. What would have happened if Jesus had insisted on remaining? Let's stop here. Clearly, they are talking about the separation from Jesus, the apostles from the Jesus, separation from Jesus, from the circle of friends, the circle of people who were surrounding, living with him at the moment. And I assume that it was something nobody liked it. You know, nobody's, oh, I don't care. No, hey, my master is leaving. He taught me how to respect. He taught me this lesson. He taught me that lesson. He cannot leave. Come on. So, this is probably what he's talking about here. Let's keep going. Most likely, the multitudes of years would have accentuated and consolidated their selfish inclinations. Because the divine friend went to Lazarus in the tomb, people would no longer resign themselves to separation because of that. For having cleansed a few lepers, no one in the future would accept the beneficial help of physical diseases. The logical result would have been a widespread disturbance in the evolutionary world. So, what he's meaning here is we need to understand that we have lessons to learn. This is common point to everyone. We have lessons to learn, and we will learn sooner or later. We will learn. This can be done by good faith, good, good push, good advice, good interactions. Everything's good. Or this is gonna be in a bad way. You need to be forced to do it. You need to be not in a struggle moment in order to accept it. So it is more hard work than it should be. So what they say me here also, uh, it's not because Jesus did a lot of things. It means everybody who you come and do the same thing need to receive the same treatment. No, everyone is more than welcome, but we need to understand the beneficials, the problems, the troubleshooting, how you will organize it. So, how we would work on it, how we would behave when you have a kind of situation like this. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna act? Because someone is here in front of me totally opposite from my beliefs. And he's trying to convince me. And I would say I have nothing to do, but I'm listening him. And what he recommend, it is a 60. What? Oh my gosh. And what he would say here is, even though he have cured lepers, he have cured children, elder people, he's the son of God. He is here on a mission, and he has that mission, and he need to fulfill the mission. So, how to how to make sure we are not having this double validated? First of all, is because we need to understand the value of our relationships, why that person is here with me, why I value him as a friend or her as a friend, why we needed to pay attention to this. I'm saying why, it's because in life we always thank someone for doing something for us. A small thing, a small thing, but you also remember, you give the announcements, you do whatever you can in order to elevate the morale of that person, because oh, they did this, you did that, this is brilliant, this is how gonna help me, this is wonderful, blah 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 blah. So how you gonna sell me this? How will we believe we can succeed in order to make, not to make, in order to have a better separation? Let's read. Because the divine friend went to Lazarus in the tomb, people would not longer resign themselves themselves to separation because of death. For having chased a few lepers, and no one in the future would accept the beneficial help of physical disease, the logical result would have faith in widespread disturbances in the evolutionary mechanism. So everyone suffers at your own, the way you the word that he said, the evolutionary mechanism. So some will have more problems to digest that separation. Some will have, they call cold heart, but oh, it's okay. It's done. It's done. It doesn't with me. It's fine. So we have all the types. Which one is right? Which one is wrong? No clue. The right, it is those who are familiar for you, when you feel more comfortable. Because I'm saying, especially when you are in the early chase you are working, is how to deal with new friends, how to deal with new bosses, how to deal with new cultures, how to deal with the processes, how to deal with how you feel the life, how you feel the opportunities everyone have. So we need to understand this point, my friends, in order to move on. So the master needed to go away so that the personal efforts of in each individual would be made visible in the path for the words. So, okay, let's start over again. The master needed to go away so that the personal effort of each individual would be made visible in the divine for the world. Otherwise, the indolence indolence of some and the selfishness of others would have continued. So separation can be a good thing, as I said. But the first thing come up to our mind, separating is a bad thing. And I believe we needed to figure out what it is less painful for us, what it is less demanding for ourselves, or sometimes what they need in order to succeed. Perhaps you have. We needed to understand how it works, how to interact with this separation. Because all the times we're gonna have separation. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be apart from my daughters. I'm gonna be apart from my wife. This is gonna hurt. Of course, it's gonna hurt. Oh, but Stevan, you are spiritist. You know that is life after life. That is the spiritual life. Yes. No. Okay. No problem. I do know that. But how long gonna take for them to come to me? Mm, that's the problem. How long time it will take to fully understand how it happens? So all these we need to start to think. Okay. So under the different characteristics, this important time for the evangelical family, he respectively sein. Oh my gosh, I cannot read the word. He is born for the family. How often do widowhood, orphanhood, the suffering from being apart, perplexity, and pain arise to sever the light purpose of the recall good? Recall the above passage from the gospel whenever separation it makes you keep for each. For the gospel, whenever separation makes you weep, for if the death of the physical body mean renewal, for those who were gone away, it's also new for those who remain behind. So, in other words, separation from the manual point of view here, it is that when Jesus have to say, "Hey, I must go. I cannot stay longer." So you see how was important his presence in our entire humankind. How was important for him to be there to understand, to see people, to talk to people. Mm. So we need to get rid of preconceptions and establish these conceptions. That's why I said at the beginning we would pray in order to get knowledge, in order to get well known or what's the name? Well known, recognize data. I recognize what's the name? I forgot it. So we need to be prepared for any kind of situation. And this is my advice to you. Do things like, oh, I will do this, but I need to watch out if this is gonna happen. So just create, just do your part. Then you can say for your next friend in the queue, annoy him until they say, okay, I need to move on. I need to grow. I need to own this. So, in other words, my friends, separations mean transformation. It is the first step for transformation. And we need to get used to being transformed all the time. We are transformed the moment you decide to born again. We transform the moment of the birth. We are decided to transition the moment of the book. We are excited with the lessons. We can say, okay, wow, this helped me a lot in that segment. This helped me a lot in this way. This helped me a lot in that way. This is separation. Separation is painful. It is, but perhaps in the future you understand why you have to have go through that situation in order to avoid a problematic situation for everybody. Okay, so this is it for us, my friends. Thank you very much for your time, for your presence here. Let me do the final prayer. I want to thank you everyone for your time, for your good vibrations sent to us. Thank you, Kardec for your time. May protect my kids, those who are gonna stay, those who are gonna be away, protecting myself as well in order to have the correct. Please look after ourselves, look after our friends, look after our family. So be it. Amen. Okie dokie. Thank you, my friends. I wish you all a wonderful rest of today. Don't forget, today, 8:30 p.m., in about when about 45 minutes, we will have our healing. So stay with the team, 15 minutes. They do the prayer, no more than this. They are waiting for you. Just go to our Spirit Society of Ireland YouTube page and you see live. Click there and you can enjoy. So no link needed, nothing like this needed. Okay? Thank you, my friends. See you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.